What is going on, team? Today I'm going to be sharing with you the one secret to my dad's success in weight loss. My name is Niam, and over the last few years I've lost 50 kilos. Now it was my mission to help as many people as possible, like you, lose weight, get fit, get healthy, and become the best version of themselves. It was January 2021 and we just got back from a trip to Kenya. We were there for 6 weeks. If you are aware of what the food is like in Kenya, you will know that it's really tasty. At the time, I think it was during COVID, so there wasn't really a lot of other things to do. And we were milling about and we got into this cycle of eating out quite a lot and eating overindulgent food a little bit too much. The whole family, myself, my brother, my mum and my dad, all packed on a couple pounds after this trip. Whilst we had a great time, something that we wanted to change when we got back was our waistlines. That's what we went and did. It was first me and my brother that went and lost loads of weight first. My brother did a photo shoot and he inspired my parents to make a change and start going to the gym. That's what they started doing. So after this trip, my dad was 103 kilos, and fast forward a few years, he's been developing himself and has got to a point where he's able to lose 0.4, 0.5 kg a week with his systems and strategies of managing his nutrition and training and activity. He's lost 27 kilos and he's just weighed in at around 76 kilos, which is a massive achievement. He first started going to the gym and tracking calories, but over time he started looking into his macronutrient profile and started going to the gym a little bit more and becoming more aware of his habits, and he's really transformed his lifestyle. But there is one habit that I think has allowed him to lose weight consistently, especially for the last few months, and it's funny, I'll watch him do this habit in the morning. He's really religious with it, and I'll share it in a minute. But before I share it, I want to outline what success in fat loss comes down to. You see, fat loss is a really simple concept. It's about burning more calories than you're consuming. It's not more complicated than that. If you think about what a calorie deficit is, it's literally about eating less and moving a little bit more. And the eating less part is probably the most important, because if you think about the number of calories that we burn through exercise in a day, it only accounts for about 10%, and the rest is burnt by living. Managing nutrition is critical to success in fat loss, and managing your caloric intake is going to be the biggest determinant for whether you're able to lose weight consistently over months, years, and eventually leading to the body shape and the physique that you want. If we know that dietary adherence is the most important factor for fat loss, then what are the things that my dad did that allowed him to adhere to his diet consistently and religiously for weeks and months to lose 26 kilos? One of the things that I've noticed is, and this is the one habit that literally takes him 2 minutes and 30 seconds per day, is literally sitting downstairs in the morning for about 2 minutes, and he'll plan the whole of his food for the day in his food tracking app MyFitnessPal at the beginning, in advance. If you think about what this does, it's separating the planning of his caloric intake, of his nutrition, of his macros in advance before he executes upon it. This is a powerful idea and concept to understand, because if you can separate planning from execution with not only your food but your life, it means that you really don't have to think throughout the day. You can just become an operator, someone that can execute and someone that can follow a plan, and you don't really have to negotiate with your brain. So he'd sit downstairs in the morning and I'd come down and he would ask me, how do I track this, or how do I do this? He's now got the autonomy to be able to do it himself because he's done it so much. At the beginning, he would be curious about how to track his calories. Now he sits downstairs every single day and he plans his whole day of food in advance, so that throughout the day, when work is busy, when life gets busy, when you get slapped around the face with random things, all he has to do about his food is follow the plan. Separating this planning from execution is so powerful, because even if a thought or feeling comes in and you're like, oh, I want to eat this, or I feel really hungry, and you want to grab a biscuit, if it's not in the plan, you just ignore that thought and you push it to the side and you just follow what is in the plan. It gives him that structure, because he now knows, okay, in meal one, I'm going to have my bagel, and then for lunch I'm gonna have this, and then for dinner we have a lot of kidney beans curry, so probably something like that. What it means is that even if he gets hungry between breakfast and lunch, he's like, all right, I'm gonna have lunch in an hour. And so that structure that he's planned from in advance again provides him with the ability to adhere to his diet, which is going to lead to success in his weight loss journey. On occasion, things would happen and he would have to change his plan. For example, we'd end up going out for dinner, or we'd end up having something else for dinner because things changed. He is able to be flexible, but most of the time, I'd say 80% of the time, the plan just works out because things don't change that much. When they do, he's just able to manipulate things as and when they change in a way that allows him to still hit his calorie target and macros. He still tries to plan in advance as much as possible. If he knows that at 10 a.m. something's going to change, then he'll instantly add that to his food tracking app so that he can manipulate things and still adhere to his diet. So in summary, fat loss will come down to being in a calorie deficit consistently. And being in a calorie deficit consistently will come down to adhering to your diet consistently. And one of the biggest ways that you can adhere to your diet consistently is just planning your food in advance, because it separates planning from execution. And if you can separate planning from execution, it means that throughout the day, when you get feelings, emotions, you have hunger pangs, you can ignore all of them and you can move past it and just stick to the plan. And whatever's on the plan you just follow religiously, you end up losing weight. If you like that video, check out some of my other videos in this series, because I'm solving 100 fat loss problems in 100 days. So if you found this one useful, I'm sure there's other videos in there that you'll find useful too. Until tomorrow, peace and go get it.